Yeah, we put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.
My check.
Clock in. Clock in.
Yeah, get us ready, man. Get us right, man. Episode 49. I like that joint.
Well, let's get right into the segments, bro.
For those of you who don't know, man. Actually, y'all don't know. Well, if you're not on Patreon, then you don't know. But that drop I just played, that's A-Ham's official drop,
Yeah,
man.
man. Get used to it.
But if y'all had Patreon, y'all would have known that. But that's neither here nor there.
Clock in.
You know.
Clock in.
Honestly, this is if y'all don't have Patreon, this is for y'all.
But there are others who we're not really putting time in. We're not putting the work in. We're not clocking in. So that we can do what God is calling us
That's all
to
God
do.
do.
God called y'all to sign up for the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man, it's not up to me. It's up to you and God. It's up to you and God, man. You know what I'm saying? There's things on the end of Patreon that God has proclaimed for you. Just go ahead and claim it, man. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, episode 49. We here.
It's a weird number, man. You know, I feel like, yeah, like 49 is a random number.
Yeah, I don't know anything 49 related.
7 times 7. That's all I got, man.
John Lynch, wasn't John Lynch 49?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Or maybe 47.
I think he was 47,
Possibly.
47.
but
I feel like you might not even be able to have that number.
I don't think you can.
For real.
Yeah. Speaking, well, we'll get into the New York City trip, but I do got to say, speaking of numbers, they gave us some of the most disrespectful numbers that basketball players
Dog.
could have. Dog, I was 41. You were like 42.
42. B-Ham was like
53.
76.
We had like
Yeah.
two regular numbers, 13, 21, and then I think that was it. So, just off that, we felt disrespectful. we'll get into that. Again, as usual, want to promote what
What's
we're
your name
doing.
again?
Oh yeah.
You're not on the Patreon.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they don't know who
We
you are.
got to start it off right too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for those who are listening for the first time, co-host here, Marshall Hamilton.
Co-host Austin Hamilton here, a.k.a. A-Ham, a.k.a. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play my drop for the new people. We'll play the full
Here with my brothers again. I just want to say I'm glad, I'm happy, and I'm blessed.
Amen.
Here we are.
I have a question for the listeners out there. Do y'all know what amen means? We don't have to answer that right now, but I want y'all to do some research. And yeah, look that up. If you don't know what amen means, it's very simple. But I feel like a lot of people don't know what amen like really means.
Yeah, nah, I agree. I forgot until you said it the other day.
You hear what he just said? He said, I agree.
Amen.
That's what it
Amen.
means.
You didn't have to tell the people. But
Yeah, it's fine.
I
just
didn't
gave
do that
you
on
an
purpose.
answer.
I didn't do that on purpose either.
Amen, yeah, it means like I agree. So if you didn't learn anything today, then there you go.
There you go.
I got a quick question though. You went to California, I see you got this blue SD hat on. Is that you trying to tell us something, bro?
Repping.
I just trying to match today, man. Y'all know who I would be rocking with if I
Who
was
you
affiliated.
Who you would have
okay?
been rocking with?
The game in them.
Okay.
You know
So you're
my-
disrespecting me because I rock with Nip in them. I'm wearing my colors. My colors.
Colors?
So we'll have to.
We have to have a discussion.
We have to
about
see
that.
about that.
We have to have a discussion about that.
See about that.
Red's always been my favorite color. That's all I'll say.
It's okay. Blue's been mine.
This is true.
I'm saying.
I make some phone calls.
Alright, let me check before I actually get
You get flagged or something.
Yeah.
We're about to have FBI on us or something. But yeah, for those who haven't listened to us before, we do this podcast. I mean, it's for fun. Now it's a business, but this isn't what we do full time, right? So outside of doing this, and some of us actually work 9 to 5s. We also have our own brands that we have ownership over. So shout out to Tia Womack, my guy Andrew, who got the camera on right now. KCQ Marketing, we got Katie here in the building. And let me take a step back. So Andrew does the videography, he does creative content. He does all types of events.
don't you have a master class in DAP?
Yeah. I can't forget that.
That's coming up, right?
He's gonna have a workshop on the proper ways of DAP. Okay, this generation is
Well, I don't think they know how to dab.
they don't know how to dab.
Especially, with the pandemic.
They know how to dab, they don't know how to dap. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's very important, especially for the African American culture.
I can tell a lot about a man by the way he daps him up. There's two things: dap and shoe game.
Okay.
If your dap is sloppy and it just doesn't fit well, and then you couple that with a bad shoe game, I don't trust you, man. I probably shouldn't be around you, to be honest with you.
And there's different phases of the dab. There's the initial.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you get that pop.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, if you get that pop.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a good connection there.
And if you.
I'll do business with you.
But here's the thing with Andrew. Andrew, he gave me the pop.
Yeah.
And he pulled me in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That lets me know something.
I feel like is that new age, like the and then the like little hug tap. Is that new age? I don't know if we weren't doing it like that. It was more so like with a little shoulder, right? But now it's like NBA players.
Yeah, that's where people got it from. Let's just keep it a buck.
Which is fine. I rock with it, but I was curious.
He pulled me in,
like that.
Separated, strong cuff.
Yeah. Not the don't do that, man. That's what no disrespect. Really, half white, but that's what the white people do when they, you know what I'm saying?
Can I snap my finger after?
It depends on the person. Because we've talked about this. We were on the side of the snap is kind of corny sometimes, but it depends on the person.
Yeah, like I think other parts of your swag have to be right
exactly
for the snap to be acceptable.
Yeah. Like Nick, you can snap.
I'm not snapping, bro. I don't got that in me.
Nah, okay. But if you dab me up and snap after, I'd be like, all right, like I can deal with that. Like I know Nico, I know his swag.
And there's different types of snap. There's the subtle snap, like you just did, and then there's the that's the one I can't approve of that one.
Like white boy who with
Jack.
Yeah, like he be doing the snap.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's a little quick.
Yeah.
But then there's a.
Yeah, it's
what
like.
about the finger?
Oh, that joint.
Yeah. We too old for that, man.
I'll do that with John B because we've been doing that for years.
Yeah. If it's like a little.
But a couple like Randall, I don't know if I can do that with Randall.
I don't want to give him any false.
Yeah.
I don't want to give any false.
Randall might have been probably still affiliated. Shout out to Randall, man.
Yeah.
Isaac and I, I'm not gonna do that with them.
Yeah, I don't want to give any
Efron and them.
false signals that we're a part of that life. You know what I'm saying, or used to be.
Because that does signify some sort of like affiliation. That's just what I thought growing up.
I would assume.
Yeah, that's what I thought growing up.
In high school, it was the opposite. If I didn't do it,
then
I didn't want them to think that I was on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I
there wasn't like Crips and in high school though.
Nah.
Not that we knew of.
Not at Herndon at least.
That was a wild era.
Yeah,
dog.
it was, man.
I don't even know how we got here.
I don't either. We were
That
promoting.
happens a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, we were promoting Andrew's videography.
We talked about that.
We got into
now we're talking about
Blood versus Script.
Um,
Back to Casey. So Casey,
Casey Q Marketing.
HQ Marketing, run by Katie Capito. I learned some things. Okay, I just kind of.
How do you pronounce your last name? Like
Cupido.
Cupido.
Come on, don't question my pronunciation now. Okay.
No, I wanted to hear it in like the accent though. Is that how you not gonna say it or it's just
Like in
Cupido?
Spanish?
Yeah.
Cupido.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than
Yeah,
mine.
that's what I'm saying.
All right. I see where you're getting.
Yeah,
at.
we're trying to work on our Spanish, right?
We are trying to work on our Spanish.
But my last name's actually Italian, so.
It's Italian.
Mm.
Gotcha. I'm trying to do a podcast in Spanish one day.
If we get to that point where we're having a Spanish podcast,
Yeah.
just know.
Again, I'm wearing a t-shirt under the blazer. That's probably
That's the point. Okay.
If I can do that.
Speaking of this, again, going off topic, I'm at 7-Eleven getting 6 bags of ice for $37 because
Ice is ridiculous.
Everything at 7-Eleven is expensive for no reason. Like bananas, waters are good, but you get anything that is like grocery store like. Anyway,
they used to have a 2 for $3 Gatorade. I don't think they got that anymore. It's like $3.50 now.
Everything's going up price wise because of inflation, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm at the one on Eldon Street. All right, the famous Herndon Eldon Street 7-Eleven, where there's a lot of people who may or may not be citizens, waiting for work, waiting for potential.
He's trying to clock in, man. He's just trying.
That's it.
Clock in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Clock in.
So I'm walking in, and this black lady gets out of the car, and she's like, she could have been like, had some Dominican or Cuban or something like that, but she just looked black. She's speaking like fluent Spanish to these guys.
That's where I'm trying to get.
I was impressed. I was a little concerned about what was going to happen after this. Okay, I didn't know what type of transaction she was trying to make, but some guy got in the car and they drove away. But I was like, yeah, I got to get there.
Wait, the dude just got in the car and
they drove away.
Okay.
I don't know what she asked for.
I'm gonna pray for her.
It could have been, she needed help with some.
It just didn't sound right.
It didn't look right, honestly, because she was talking to all of them. Then one guy went in.
Yeah.
She had sunglasses on, like she was trying to conceal her identity or something.
She's just looking for some work.
So, anyways, we got Gruss here, man. Top producer of the DMV. Got Mr. Fooley here, man. Again, videographer, but also does a lot more than that. Working on some big things. Shout out to OTA, Overtime Athletics. This is where we record. Shout out to the goods, man.
Yeah.
We got something special coming out for y'all.
That's the next drop.
After this New York City trip. Yeah, we need a goods. Definitely need a goods drop. And then this is just off the top of the dome, but shout out to Christ Fellowship Church, man. My dad's church.
Clock in.
YouTube, CFC Herndon. Sundays at 11 is when we have virtual service. So yeah, man. Then Alston's alluded to Patreon. $5.10 a month. You get a lot of bonus content, discounts on merch. These newsletters that Brittany Wakeman, who works with us, puts out. Man, great stuff, for everybody. So, like we said a few episodes ago, even if you just got that, it would be worth it.
Be 100% hood, neighborhood now.
Miss you, Ned.
Yeah, shout out to Ned.
Try to throw that out there.
Yeah, had to. That's Nico.
Shout out to the haters, man.
I haven't heard that one in a while, man.
Shout out to the haters.
We may have to play that one a couple times today. Then Clock In Lifestyle. So we actually have a few people that are interested in doing like a day in the life of their Clock In. So shout out to those who reached out. We did ours, so it's on YouTube, I believe. Yeah, it's on YouTube, IG. Just so you can kind of see what ours looks like on a weekly, daily basis. But yeah, man, that's it for the formalities.
Aaliyah's here.
Shout out to my girlfriend Aaliyah. She's here. We had a great baby shower, so shout out to everybody who came, supported, or who I invited, but sent their best wishes. The registry's still up, okay, so y'all can still support the cause. Baby's name is going to be Ace Cedric Hamilton.
AC.
He'll be here.
AC Slater.
AC was at the top of the food chain. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, AC was
smooth.
He was a wrestler or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. Ace not about to wrestle. Nah, he's not about to wrestle. But yeah, we had a great.
I had a top 5. That just reminded me of. It was something related to that, but I can't put my tongue on it. Pause. Dang. It was like it had something to do with like top, like 5, just like swaggy dudes from sitcoms back in the 90s or something like that. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you'll come up with it.
But that actually might have been it.
Top 5, like
just like coolest dudes
from sitcoms.
Yeah, Will Smith, Stefan,
AC, Zach.
You get that AC,
Morris.
Zach. Who else would be in that joint?
Shoot. There's a lot, man. There's a lot you could pick from.
Anyways.
Yeah. We'll look into it. We like to get into some icebreakers, man. Just like random stuff that's going on in the world before we get into the main topics. Honestly, I wasn't gonna talk about this crate challenge. I don't even feel like it though. At this point, I feel like it's. Why? That's all. This is why. We gotta grow up, man. At some point.
I just don't understand it.
We gotta grow up.
But it's like, cause the way I look at it, it's like, yo, what happened to all this BLM stuff? And then, like, y'all were so adamant about change and, support BLM, black businesses. Like y'all are just following the trends. That's literally like what I see from it. What is this?
We're so easily distracted.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy, man. Let's say I'm talking about black people.
Anything that looks cool to the masses that people want to tag along to, they do it. Whether it's fake social justice movements, a crate challenge. Like, come on, man, y'all gotta wake up for real.
Where do crates come from? Like, where do they come from?
I don't know.
The food bank?
I've never seen that many.
I ain't seen that many.
Yeah, for real, since the food bank.
Since the food bank. We have a food bank ministry at our church. That's a great question, Nico.
No,
where do you get the crates from?
For real. I've never seen that many crates.
I don't know,
before.
Seriously, I've never seen crates outside of the food bank.
Record store, bro.
Well,
sure.
the conspiracy theory. What's my guy's name? Real Afrocentric dude.
Umar. Yeah, Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar.
He's hilarious.
It's been a bunch of memes. He's like, the man put these crates in the hood to distract us.
I mean, I feel like there's some truth to it. These national dog. Y'all knew it was National Dog Day or something? International Dog Day. Mm-hmm. Didn't we have that like 3 months ago? Mm-hmm. And then it was National Women's Awareness Day. Didn't we just have a month for that? Like y'all, like for real, man. What's up with y'all?
There's no committee.
Exactly. There's no committee, which causes just all this confusion and chaos in all facets of life.
We need to create a national clocking day. Like, I'm being dead serious.
5/10.
Yeah.
5/10, there it is.
May 10th, National Clocking Day.
Yes, sir.
The only thing that has to happen, it's like words. The only reason words are words is because someone was like, hey, this is that. And everybody was like, oh, amen.
Yep. Everything's made up. Stay woke.
If you think
Everything
about
is
it,
made up. Stay woke.
somebody would just say, hey, that's a camera. And then somebody was like, okay, cool, camera, I'll call it a camera. And the next person was like, all right, camera, that works. And now it's called a camera.
I don't. Honestly, we could probably look it up and figure out what today is. It's national something.
Oh, it's definitely national. What's the day? 29th?
I'm Googling it right now. What national holiday?
I'm making a reminder right now for next year. May 10th, National Clock.
That's the first event. The first live event.
That would be live actually.
What's today?
29th. August.
August 29th. This is ridiculous, man.
The fact that we have to do this.
Probably multiple.
Yeah, all I'm seeing.
Yeah, there's usually, I did this one day where I just looked up. There's usually like 5 or 6.
Pick one.
Who comes up with the stuff?
I wonder if we all search, will we all get different results?
Probably, and that's the problem. Okay, hold on. National Lemon Juice Day, guys.
Wow.
We have some lemon juice.
National Chop Suey Day.
Chop suey.
Chop Suey Day.
What's that? Like
What?
Sound like some more rush hour. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Is this soup?
National Thoughtful Day.
Mishu Soup.
Thoughtful day?
Thoughtful Day.
Get your chopsticks ready. National Chop Suey Day recognizes this American Chinese culinary cuisine each year on August. I'm about to. Who do I know that's Chinese? I'm about to call and be like, look, is today Chop Suey Day?
You celebrating?
He's on a different calendar. It's a Chinese calendar, bro.
Well, this is an American. It's Chinese American.
On August 29th,
It says individual
celebrate
rights
with
day.
a tart drop of lemon juice when you're
Individual
cooking
rights day.
beverages or freshen up the world around you.
Individual Rights Day. I'm not wearing a mask nowhere. It's my individual right.
We're in trouble, man.
I have the right to go into the women's bathroom today. Actually, that's allowed. Never mind.
Wrong state, brother. Wrong state.
It's a weird. Nah, I'm not even gonna bring that up. You were in the film room yesterday with Brandon. Yeah, he told you about.
Yeah. I didn't hear. I heard like the tail end of it, but it's just. Man.
We're in a scary time, dog. Like, I don't know if y'all realize. It's scary, man.
We're gonna get into some of that today.
It's a really scary time.
I think it's always been scary. Just we can get scary information faster.
Yeah, that definitely has a lot to do with it.
And our minds are, and it goes off of that. Our minds are influenced a lot faster.
People aren't thinking for themselves anymore, and that's just what it comes down to.
I think people just don't want to be they want to be uneducated.
Exactly.
They rather ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, look, man. If you're on social media, you probably heard Donda dropped. I haven't listened to it. Austin's been bumping it a little bit, before the pod. Cool. So, yeah, man. Next week we might have a legit review for you. But I'm interested to hear it. There's 27 songs.
Yeah.
So
it sounded
that's gonna
like
take
sonically. I like the sound of it. He has some pretty good tracks on there so far. A lot of features: Hove, Lil Baby, The Weeknd.
You said no cussing. You haven't heard?
I didn't hear any cursing.
I can rock with that.
I mean, Kanye's a genius, man. Like he's one of the best.
Y'all saw the new Kanye toy thing? You probably love it.
He's got a stem player, but he's selling it for $200. Cats can already break down any song's stems for less than $200.
But like in the palm of their hand.
Can you explain?
No, in a click of a button.
Can you explain what that means, E? Like this the whole stem.
Technology came out last year where you can take any song and traditionally you record each song with separate tracks. So like Marshall's on one track, Austin's on another track, the beat's on another track, and then you split that beat into individual tracks, right? The guitar's on one track, bass is on another track, drums are on another track. So you would record and then you get a 2-track, a left and a right? Stereo. Now you can take a stereo track and break it into the individual parts, and that's what Kanye's selling. you could do it with any song on his album. I want to see if it's just his songs or if it's any song. Like, I can take a song from, Beethoven and split it up or whatever like that.
Wow.
Technology is crazy, man. I mean, Kanye's always been innovative.
Yeah, he's
always been innovative.
super creative. Yeah, I mean, I think I feel like he's in a better place, state of mind. Just from hearing this album, I listened to like the first 7 songs, but
Shit, when he was on Joe Rogan and people were calling him crazy, when we listened to that episode at the crib together, we're like, yo, he actually isn't as crazy as what I think people are making him out to be. Yeah.
Nah, he's smart.
Like his ideas, like
Yeah, it's the way.
It's
just the way he
the
does
delivery.
it.
He says things.
Most
Yeah.
people have somebody tell them no to their dreams before they can get their ideas out.
Right.
No one ever stops Kanye.
You're right. Nah, that's a fact.
Nah,
he's
he's
gonna
really
do what he's gonna do. All right, man. We got to get into this top 5, man, because it's very important for it's for everybody to know, honestly, but especially if you're going to a new barbershop. Let's say like you just moved to a different area and you're trying to figure out like who's the best barber, right? Like how do I identify that this barber is elite? He's at the top of his craft. So Austin and I came up with our own top 5 signs that your barber is elite. All right. We need to create a top 5 that he's not elite. That'd probably be even funnier. But I'm gonna go with my top 5 first. Austin, I don't know if you have yours up or if you're pulling yours up.
Yeah, I'm about to find
Well, look, man. Here's number 1. All right, and these aren't necessarily in like an order of importance, but the first one that came to mind is his hairline's gone, or he's never shaped up. Like I don't know any I don't know any like elite barber whose hairline is either always on point or they have a great hairline.
When do they have the time to do their hair? Or get their hair cut from someone else?
They don't.
You know?
Because they're always booked. They're always booked. I have a theory that the more heads you cut, the more it pushes your hairline back. Okay, that's my theory. That's my theory. But yeah, man, like if your barber, there's only one barber that I've seen whose hairline was elite, and he was elite, and that was a white barber from Barbershop. Isaac.
Well, he didn't start off though. He didn't start off with clients like that.
Yeah,
if you remember.
But he was still nice though.
He was cold with it.
Yeah, nah, he was nice, but dudes don't really know.
Yeah.
But if you like go back to the movie, he was always like shaping himself up.
Yeah.
'Cause they ain't had nobody in that
Yeah,
joint.
it's facts. Facts.
Yeah, that was funny.
Second one.
First of all, he wasn't white. He was like freaking.
He might have been Albanian.
He's like Albanian.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. It was a little bit different.
Yeah, like he wasn't no like dude from Indiana or something.
Nah.
If you go back to your neighborhood, wait, who's wearing that in your neighborhood? Nobody.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was. Y'all gonna watch that? We should probably get into. Are y'all gonna watch that fight tonight? I want to.
I'm trying to.
I want to.
Yeah.
I wish it was next. I wish it was next week. So Monday, we're off. They should have planned. They should have planned
isn't
it.
the
I
fight
feel like a
like-
lot more people would have watched that.
Isn't the fight kind of early though? I feel like isn't that like
I think it starts at 8. But
Yeah.
that's like the preliminaries.
okay?
I mean, it's earlier than what any other pay-per-view fight would be, which usually starts at like freaking midnight.
yeah, that's a fact.
Um,
Yeah, man, it'll be interesting. I'm not.
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
I'm not really.
I
About,
love that comeback though. Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
I was watching that interview, and then an engineer that I had a song done, he was recording Tyrone.
Yeah,
That was
you
wild.
heard that right?
Nah.
Sorry, we're off topic here.
Yeah, we're gonna be all over the place.
Yeah, but
you guys are gonna get some good stuff.
Jake Paul,
That's
is that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Logan. Jake Paul. So he's fighting Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
Tyron. Okay.
There's an I. It's like the Game of Thrones name.
Yeah,
Tyrone.
Tyrion. Shout out to Game of Thrones, man. Great show. But they're going back and forth, creating the hype for the fight. It was literally one-on-one interview.
Face off.
And basically, like, Woodley was just calling Jake Paul out, saying like, "Yo, like you're a culture vulture," Because I think Jake Paul raps. Is that correct?
I definitely agree. He's a culture vulture.
Yeah, but he's wearing like the stuff that he's wearing. He's like, yo, like you're rapping about this stuff. Like I lived it. Like I lived this stuff. And he's like, yo, name one person from your neighborhood that dresses like you. And Jake Paul was like silent, and he's like, oh yeah, like, nah, you're a culture vulture. Like,
nah, for sure.
I lived it, you know. And I don't. That's the only like clip that I heard, but.
I will say this though, the Pauls are from Ohio. There's some white boys from Ohio who
They're from. I thought it was Indiana.
Nah, they're from Ohio,
Midwest.
Because Travis Kelce is. I'm pretty sure is from Ohio too.
They got some scrappy dudes in the Midwest.
They got There's some white poor areas in Ohio, and there's some dudes who, you know, not saying they're not still culture vultures, but. I agree with Woodley. Like, you know, it's rare. They're blue. Like it's blue collar white.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I will say, like I know and I've seen some white dudes from Ohio, kind of like in Michigan.
Yeah, Detroit.
You know,
like y'all seen 8 Mile?
Who are you know they're like that. You know.
Would there ever be an 8 Mile too?
Yeah. No, that would be ill-timed like ATL too, man.
Yeah.
They're making
Is that
not
true?
necessary.
I saw that.
No, it's a trailer. It's an official trailer, bro.
Wow.
Not needed.
I mean, ATL wasn't that good to me, honestly. If you actually watched it,
no one screamed and begged for a sequel to that.
At the time, it was
at the time, but like if you watch
So you
something,
saying watch it again? Like
it wasn't that good, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember last time I saw it.
All right, number 3.
Yeah, sorry.
Number 3, humble and chill. The barbers that talk the most or who are the cockiest typically aren't the best. The ones who, you know, they're chill, man. Like they'll talk to you.
The work speaks for itself.
But you know, the ones that are wrapping you up the whole cut, yeah, man. Like, or they're again super cocky, always talking about how good they are or whatever. They're
we had to make sure we send this to Sean and some of the barbers that we know too.
Yeah. I need to.
We need actual like barbers.
We need some confirmation. We need some confirmation, and we need to do a episode at a barbershop. Number 4, his shoe game, as Austin alluded to. I feel like it's just a part of the culture. Like if you're a barber, like your shoe game should be. It should be good, man. Like if you're sloppy looking.
If your shop's in the mall, you gotta have fly kicks.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I gotta.
If you're like even if you're like over 40, like I know a lot of barbers that are like their shoe game is still like in line with like how
I don't know how I feel about barbershops in the mall.
I'm not a fan.
It's just not the same to me.
I don't think I'll ever cut my hair.
You know what I mean?
Like that.
Like I know you go to the joint in Dulles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean I've never been there. I'm sure it's straight, but like I'm not taking my son. Like when it's time to like take him to the shop, I'm not taking him to the mall, dog. Like we need to be. Like there needs to be like a Chinese carry out like next to it. You know what I'm saying?
There needs to be some sketchy individuals that are
like some
somewhere
homeless
somewhere
people.
near the premises. Okay.
You're saying the mall's too nice?
I think it's
It's
too northern.
Wait. What if it's Manassas Mall?
It needs to be in a strip mall. If it's in a strip mall,
Yeah.
where like pro styling, all right.
I can't take my son to the freaking.
There has to be a Dollar Tree.
There's a Gucci store right next door. Like, nah, dog, that's not what it's about.
Yeah, there needs to be
not a Dollar Tree. The Family
the
Dollar.
Family Dollar.
It's a difference.
Yeah, a laundromat. There should be a laundromat.
There should be a laundromat that.
There needs to be a some type of spa where you don't see any customers ever walking in the door.
Right.
Okay.
Beauty supplies.
Nah, for real.
Exactly next door.
Yeah, that's just made me think about it. It's like, man, we so privileged out here, dog.
Bro, they're repaving Reston Parkway. I'm driving. I'm like, what's wrong with
I know, dog.
The roads are fine, man.
Like if that's where our taxpayer dollars is going to, man.
That's what that Fairfax County tax is for, bro.
Yeah. Number 5 for me was ability to roast. All right.
You gotta be able to tell.
You gotta be able. You gotta be able. You gotta be able, because the other barbers are gonna go.
You can't be a barber if you can't.
Can't be soft, man.
You can't be a barber if you can't. 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 You can't be a barber if you can like in barber school, that has to be a module.
Yeah.
That has to be a module.
Aaliyah has sent me videos where like it's this group of friends where they both have like a mic facing each other, and they just fry each other.
Yeah.
Like improv. That has to be a part of the school.
What is this? I want to watch this.
I'll have to share it with you. I'll share it, but
That
it's pretty
sounds
funny.
like
It's
my
like
kind of
it's like
content.
dark
Yeah,
humor.
that'd be-
Yeah.
A bunch of like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's like
funny.
there's got to be some mock scenarios like that in barber school.
You're cutting somebody.
You're cutting, yep, and then it's a random citizen that's in the barbershop that's just there to fry, right? And you gotta be able to spar with them.
Yeah, there's categories. Like we could have top 5 signs of a good barbershop. Like that's a whole nother, category.
Yeah.
But yeah, number 5, man, you gotta be able to roast. My honorable mention is they need to have some type of second stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like if they don't have a second stream of income,
I thought I had one on After Dark. Right.
I'm sure you did. But they gotta listen. They gotta tap in to see what it is, man.
All right, my top 5, somewhat similar to Marshall's, but my number 1 was furthest chair from the door. I've yet to walk into a barbershop where, and I think that's kind of part of it, right? Like the newer people are usually
chairs.
They're usually up front.
Yeah, because the people who already have clients want to give that newer person more face time.
Exactly. So that was number 1 for me. 2, like Marshall, humble, chill. 3, never shaped up. 4, sports enthusiast. Yeah, you got to be able to talk sports with your barber.
Yeah,
and I already
that's
know
a good one.
And I already know what my
that's a great
is.
one.
Number 5 was shoe game. My honorable mention. He's got to be a good therapist, man.
That's
actually that
you got to air horn that.
That should be in my top 5.
Please. If you can't go to him about life.
Yeah, I mean.
And they don't even really say much to
And they don't. That's the thing.
Just listen,
you just need somebody to talk
just
to.
the one liner, like, just keep your head.
That's why, like, that's why it's like for me,
exactly.
dog. Like, I'm not bringing my girlfriend or wife, whatever. I'm not bringing her to the barbershop. Like, there's just certain areas. It's like, yo, that's not
a good idea.
That's not for you because there might be some things that I might have to get off. Because I mean, Sean, he's a perfect example, right? Like we talk about certain things like that.
Me and Sean,
like all the time.
We got into it Friday about some stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, man, the barber is important, especially in our community. Like, all jokes aside, it is a staple of the black community.
Yeah. It's not about the haircut.
Yeah, you learn a lot about, as a man or as a boy, becoming a man. You learn about, like, think about all the topics that you hear in a barbershop, like sports, politics, talk about women, business, like.
Yeah.
You get all of that in the barbershop.
You're interacting with people who own a business. You're networking.
Yeah, networking. You might be a local, legend out there. You're in high school and you go to the barbershop. People know about you. Builds confidence.
Yeah.
Multiple generations.
Generations, man.
Yeah,
Every
like, when I
facet
bring
of
my
life,
kids to, as long as I can go to Sean, like, they're going to get cut by Sean.
It's the bonding, too. Like, for me, Dad would give me the money to give to him and tip him. Like, little lessons like that. I'm sorry, women, but, like, y'all can't give that to your children. You know what I mean?
Not to your sons, at least.
Yeah, to your sons.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like, let your man and their son or whatever, let them go to the barbershop.
Yeah.
Like,
let your men be men and let your men raise men.
Yeah. And I didn't mean to get it. I'm just saying, like, it would be different for me if mom did that.
Yeah, I see single moms at the barbershop all the time. Half the time, if they have any type of attraction, barbers are sick. Barbers are sad.
Yeah,
like, they're going smack at the mom.
Of course.
The mom isn't.
And the single mom know what they're doing too.
Yeah.
She's getting a free cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not teaching lessons. The kid's looking like, yo, am I about to see you later?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You about to be over here for dinner?
That episode of Atlanta, man. That episode.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is real life stuff.
Nah, for real. But yeah, again, it's a very important part to Black culture and in so many different ways that I think people don't really think about. Yeah, like I can think about all the barbershop scenes and shows, like when Marcus Stokes took his kid to the shop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Coming
Like,
to America.
Coming to America.
So, Chief.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man, Martin.
Luke Cage. If you watch the show Luke Cage, like a lot of the main scenes were shot in the barbershop, and like a lot of barbers, they'll take kids off the street and mentor them. Or like the ones that are like good, not that you're not a good dude if you don't, or if you try to, go smack at a mom. But there are a lot of barbers who kind of act as a father figure.
Yeah.
Hey man, like how you doing in school?
A lot of kids' first job, sweeping up the hair.
Yeah.
Running to the store.
Yep, making runs, teaching them, hey, look, like when someone walks in, you say hi, you look them in the eye.
Yeah.
So. Here's another honorable mention. My bad, Dad. It's Sunday, but I gotta say it. I don't know many elite barbers that are Christian. You feel what I'm saying, Nico? How many barbers do you know?
Into that, yeah.
How many barbers do you know that they're either just atheists or they're like
they're curious though. They be curious.
Yeah. Because of us, they'll be like, because usually they'll be the man and Black Islam or whatever it is. But then they'll ask us.
Most barbers been to jail, bro. I don't know no barbers who ain't been to jail.
What type of barbershop you going into?
Most barbers.
There are a lot of them do have records though.
Yeah,
most barbers.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point. It's,
but for real, like how many Nico and you've been to a lot of barbershops. Like how many of the elite ones were Christian?
They became Muslims in jail.
Yeah, that's where he.
There's a lot of validity.
Yeah, that's low key.
Yeah. I like
Eric dropping. Y'all gotta listen to. Y'all gotta start listening to Grussle, man. For real. Y'all need to really. y'all gotta start listening to Grussle, man. We need to have a section for just this bonus content.
Grussle. What's it? I'm just trying to think like facts. Grussle.
Grusslenomics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like
Grusslenomics. You need to have bonus content.
I mean, he's the oldest one here, right?
Like those Angus
that's
man.
an idea.
You seen those Angus commercials?
Grussleism.
Where they ask questions. So there's the regular Dos Equis commercials where they describe why he's amazing.
You're gonna have to come with a.
Then there's ones where they just ask some questions
with a nugget of the pod or something, man. Nugget of the week.
Yeah. Russell's.
But he's been doing this for years, though. That's the funny part.
Nah, for real.
Just dropping random, little quotes that are fire.
And then it doesn't hit you. It doesn't hit you 10 seconds later. And you're like, yo, you're right.
Give us some right now. Yeah, I hate to put you on the spot. Give us something.
You gotta put it in context, man. It gotta be in context.
You gotta have something. Just something fire on the
just something chilling.
Yeah,
right?
just something fire.
Like why something is why. I have a thirst for knowledge, man. That's all it is.
That's important.
I want to know how things work.
That's important, man.
I want to know how things work, man. There it is. That's all we needed.
A thirst for knowledge.
There it is, man.
You need to have a thirst for knowledge. There you go. All right. That was good.
Clock in family, Aham here. Appreciate you all for making it this far into the episode. If you enjoy our content, we've got something special for you. Check out patreon.com/clockin or download the Patreon app that's spelled Patreon and search Clock In the Podcast. You'll have a chance to become a subscriber of the podcast for access to bonus episodes, merchandise discounts, and much more, only at $5.10 a month. The link is also in the podcast description. All right, I'll shut up now and let y'all get back to it. Peace.
All right,
That was a good topic, barbershop.
Yeah, man, we really need to. I want to hit up Sean and Kevin. Yo, can we do an episode here? You know what I'm saying? Like if
They close
that'd be a great after dark episode.
Do they close on Monday?
No barbers open on Monday.
Nah, they're not there Monday.
Barbers don't work Mondays.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
open
man,
to it.
can we get like, can we just like shoot an episode here? We're just talking.
Would y'all get a haircut? Like on?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I would.
That would be cool.
That would kind of mess with the mics, but we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Get some shots of the cut. Yeah.
I mean, like LeBron's show, it's like, come on, dog. That's not really the shop. You know what I mean? It's
Nobody's
dope.
in that old shop, bro.
It's dope, but it's like, that's not really the shop.
It might be. Cause like in San Francisco, they got some really nice looking barbershops. That
I'm just
like,
saying, no, not like the dynamic of it. Like, where it's just,
yeah, they just
it's a selected
just a
group
setting.
of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking it's gonna be like they're actually like in the shop, like, you know, there's people in there talking smack.
That'd be dope.
Matt Hoffa's podcast is in a shop like that.
Yeah.
I want to know how they do their mics though.
No, we want to get everybody's commentary. You know, like this stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
I think we can like basically narrate, not
Like,
narrate, but
freaking-
moderate
freaking
discussion.
Dale Robinson in that joint.
Yeah, like yo,
Talking
how do y'all
crazy.
feel about Obama? Man, you know they just go off.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah, that'd be fire.
Nah, we gotta look into that.
OJ did.
All right, let's get into some main topics, man. We've been talking for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, we'll have to. What time is it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Over here, screen recording by accident. What's going on?
What type of
I don't know.
Yeah, like when he was sending us those things in like group chat.
Yeah, you was on some other stuff.
We're like, what?
You know, like the effects.
That's the Apple Watch.
Man, I thought your son had took your phone, man.
You probably did for real. We do that crap all the
I
time.
woke up with 60 messages.
Nah, he tweaking. Y'all see that on IG? Nah, he tweaking.
I woke up, I thought that had replaced the crate challenge as like the new viral thing.
Nah, he tweaking.
I was just like,
Yeah, social media is whack when you really think about it. Social media is whack.
People are whack.
Yeah, now we got to get into this New York City trip, man. So for those who don't know, my brother Brandon, Austin, myself, our guys Brandon Allen, Elijah Willis, Antoine Taylor, who's 6. I didn't know 6's real name till.
Yeah, I don't want to know his real name after that. I don't want to know his real
Byron Mouton,
national champ.
Pierre Noel, usually doesn't play with us, but he's from like the New York area. He came and he kind of like an honorary member of the team. And shout out to Gino Watson, who was our coach. We play in this Lifetime men's league, and there's Lifetimes all over the country. There's leagues all over the country. And they have 2 national tournaments a year. I think 10 teams can be involved. One is in New York City, one's in Vegas. So we, agreed to play in the New York City tournament last weekend, and it's at the Lifetime Sky, which is where if you look at like any basketball Instagram page, like Carmelo's there.
I believe it's Carmelo's like gym.
Yeah, I think he.
I guess maybe funded. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he has some sort of ownership.
Yeah.
In that gym.
Yeah, so it's a real famous gym,
His
especially
son was there
nowadays.
that weekend actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I overheard some of the workers. They were like, yeah, he was trying to get shots up. Like I guess after the tournament was done, but they had to like clean up.
Right. Yeah. Probably COVID is real heavy out there, which we'll get into. Yeah, we brought our guy Andrew, man, to document some stuff. So there's gonna be some good content coming out. But man, it was a great experience, man. For those who haven't been in New York City, honestly, I wouldn't go now.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's kind of whack now, just due to the COVID restrictions. So yeah, man, we get there like Friday night, and let's see, it's like 7:30. We get there.
What tunnel was that?
The Lincoln Tunnel.
Oh, that tunnel's awful.
Lincoln Tunnel.
Awful.
Nah, it's trash.
It actually wasn't too bad for us, but I've heard like some other people were saying they were in that joint for like an hour and a half, close to 2 hours.
Yeah, Lincoln Tunnel it's rough.
It was like we're there 30, 35, 40.
Yeah, it's I've been in it longer a few times, but yeah, we get there, get our stuff settled in the hotel, and we're trying to figure out like where we're gonna freaking eat. Man, we're walking, we walked to like this area where there's a lot of restaurants, and some older black woman approaches us and then starts asking questions about like our age and are we from here and are we single, and we're like, no.
What are y'all on?
And she's like, okay, all right, have a good night. She walks back. There's 3 other older women like on the other side of the street, and we're like, I don't know what type of stuff y'all on. So then we finally, we go to a spot, and they're like, yeah, do you have your vaccination card? We're like, no. Okay, well, you guys can't eat here, and we're like, really? Is this like this throughout the city? In most places. So we're like, dang, we're not gonna be able to eat food.
And I knew going in like certain places would be like that, but you know the I guess mandate wasn't supposed to be into effect until like September 13th or something.
Yeah, September 13th. So we're thinking we're good.
But yeah, most places were like, yeah, management wants to put it into effect now. So yeah, we were short.
Yeah,
places.
Yeah. So then we're walking, and we come across the steakhouse. Indoor and outdoor seating is empty. The waiters, 2 waiters were just chilling outside the door.
Smoking a cig.
Yeah, smoking a cig. No mask, obviously, because they were smoking. And they're like, you guys looking for a place to eat? Like, yeah. Come sit. I was like, you guys don't require vaccination? Who gives a about vaccination? we're going to go out of business, and this wise guy is talking about vaccination. Come on, sit down. This guy talking about. Get a load of this guy. We're about to go out of business, and come eat, man. Sit. So we're first I'm like, where are you guys from? We're from Albania. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's all I needed to know.
You got anyone who's seen Taken or any? Yeah.
That's all
they're Albanian. So we're eating food, and all of a sudden, like 4 women just walked by, like with nothing on. Basically,
might have been like 6.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I only saw 4, but heels, like the short dresses, the cleavage all out.
They're strippers, guys.
And we're like, yo, what is going on?
They're strippers.
Just
single file line, like you're in kindergarten about to go to art class.
Just to the water fountain. Just anything. They just look. I'm like,
and this is literally mid-dinner, and yeah, they just stroll in like it was nothing.
Yeah, it's 9:47 Eastern time, and this just happened. And so then we asked the waiter, like, yo, what is going on? You guys heard of a singer, Bobby Shmurda? Yes, Bobby Shmurda. You heard of him? Yes, we have. Well, he has private party upstairs. He does this once a week. So yeah, they the girls are for him. Huh. So you guys aren't going out of business? Nah, we're good. We're not going out of business.
That place was sketchy, dog.
Y'all walked into a front, man.
So we see like 3 people at the bar, and here's the thing that was like, interesting. Like they weren't really interacting. They were just kind of there. They weren't talking to the bartender.
There's like a couple, a guy with a very thick mustache. I don't know why I remember this, but yeah, they look like regulars. Yeah, and what I think about it, dog, low key, we might have been in danger for real.
Y'all walked into a front, bro.
Like we might have been in danger.
Nah, like
when you really like assess, it's like, yeah, you just talk about taking.
All the clues are there, man.
Yeah.
It was empty when you walked in.
Dudes were walking in with black bags, walking out with black bags.
Yeah, multiple times.
Strippers just walking in.
Strippers just walking in. Were we in a movie?
Andrew, you didn't have your camera, did you?
Nah, I turned it off at that point.
He knew.
Jeez,
Andrew knew.
We might have been in a movie, though.
Or we might have been
music
witnesses to. You did the right thing, Andrew.
Watch, a month later, you're going to hear, what was the place called?
Prime State.
Prime State has been investigated for fraudulent, like...
It was on some The Wire type stuff. Like, it really was.
Where were y'all in New York? I think this'll.
It wasn't far from Times Square. It was in
Yeah,
Manhattan.
I think you guys said on the After Dark.
42nd
Street?
Like 43rd, 42nd.
Yeah.
That's prime activity for that.
Yeah. A lot of
the lights, the
historically,
the lights started to get dimmer and dimmer as we. You see the Times Square lights, and then we're
Y'all
walking.
said 42nd.
And it's funny, like
we get the 40th, we get the 40th, and then this woman comes to us. At the 41st.
Here's the sickest part.
Oh my God.
I don't think anyone else sat down in the restaurant.
There was like one white guy. There's like two white guys that walked in. They were like
And
towards
didn't
the
they
end.
leave though? I think a couple walked in.
Because he almost dropped the.
Yeah, I remember seeing a couple walk in and they just left. So maybe they were just smart and like, you know what, we don't need to be here.
Right.
But we were like we're like the only ones that walked in and sat down.
Y'all showed up like extras.
Yeah, man.
You were like episode
We made it
hour.
though. We made it.
Yeah, we made it out.
Hopefully Bobby made it. Because Lord knows what
How was
going
the food?
on up there. It was solid. Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah, it was overpriced, but it was.
It was solid.
I think it was. I think
It wasn't
you said
worth
it
our
was
lives.
overpriced compared to here.
The way I think, look at it, it wasn't worth our lives. But yeah, that was a eventful first
He
night.
said, "You guys, anytime you guys are in New York, you guys come back."
I said, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, let's get to the basketball side though, man. So yeah, it was an interesting trip, man. You know, I think we talked about it like maybe a couple months ago. We lost in the championship of the spring league, and there was definitely some like lingering effects of that happened over the weekend. So we ended up. There was the way it worked. There was 2 games on Saturday that was kind of like pool play to determine seeding, and then Sunday was a single elimination like playoff bracket. So our first game, we played a team that like isn't that good, but we barely beat them. Like it was bad.
Not barely, but
I mean, we won by 7, but
it still wasn't. It wasn't a barely. It was like we're playing their competition. We weren't gonna lose. I knew we weren't.
we weren't gonna lose. Nah, no way.
Barely to our standards because we should have won by 30. But yeah, it wasn't like a 2-point game.
Nah, it was way closer than it should have been. But mind you, we got 2 minutes to warm up before each game, and there isn't another court where we can like get practice or whatever.
That one might have even been like a minute.
Yeah, it wasn't even 2 minutes. And then we have another game. So that game's at 10 a.m. We have another game at 4 against a better team. And this dude Austin went off. Like,
Was that the game you posted on Twitter?
He had 39.
That was a quiet 39.
He had 39.
Yeah.
And I will say this: when the offense runs through this guy, life is a lot easier for everybody else. When the offense doesn't run through this guy, it's iffy about how we're gonna play. So we end up being a way better team by like 25-30.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of that, I don't know if you saw your phone, but this is just random. Somebody from that team, they're the DMV Ballers.
The Maryland team?
Yeah.
CTE.
Who's the DMV Ballers? Was there a DMV Ballers team? We just got a text asking us to play in Vegas from somebody from that league.
I haven't looked on my phone.
Yeah, sorry, it was just random. But nah, the 39-point game. I mean, I told myself like, look, because I was pissed of the result of the first game, and I'm pretty sure I told you like, yo, I'm about to like, go crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, and I did, but it was also kind of putting the whole tournament on notice that like, I'm for real, our team is for real. Yeah, like y'all got to come correct.
Yeah.
Come playoff time tomorrow.
Yeah, because the first game the thing that pissed me off is that team left thinking they should have beat us.
Yeah.
The first game.
Yeah. And they had a bunch of like basketball, social media influencers, which, I mean, they weren't bad, but
yeah, that's another thing.
They had that confidence to where I guess they thought they could hang with us. But we play them any other time, it's a 30 or 40 point
easily. So then, you know, I will say, man, Andrew got to see it. Like, there was a lot of, like, you know, internal conflict, man, throughout the weekend.
On our team?
On our team, yeah. And it kind of showed the last, you know, the last 2 games we played. So we ended up playing against the defending champions, this team from New York, in the first game. The floors are super slick. Like, I haven't been healthy for a long time.
Wait, that team, those guys won the championship last year?
I think the last time they had the tournament was in 2019.
That team won?
That team won it, the New York tournament. So BA and so Brandon Allen.
Well, they only had 5 guys. I don't know who else they were missing.
Yeah, they may have been missing some people. But Brandon Allen, one of our, you know, better players, his team won it in 2018, and that team won in 2019, and then they didn't have it in 2020. So the floor is super slick. Like, I'm hurt. We had been out that night till like 2 in the morning, at least. And our game was at like 10 a.m. So just a lot of factors, man. We come out and it's like 8-0 deficit.
For like 10 minutes.
For like 10 minutes. Like
the score was just 8-0.
There's 22-minute halves. We didn't score until like the 15 or 16-minute mark. And Brandon, shout out to Beham. Beham saved us that game.
Yeah, he did.
He literally saved us that game. Like he had 15. You ended up closing us out. But again, like, the dynamic still wasn't right. Like, the team dynamic still wasn't right. And then we ended up playing in the semifinals. The team from Atlanta. Their average age is 35, but their average height was like 6'3".
Yeah, some big boys.
These dudes were just
probably taller than that, honestly.
These dudes were just. When I tell you, we played against like grown men who just physically just beat. Like, it was like playing against a '90s team.
Just big people.
Just big dudes who know how to play.
Well, and that's the thing. They knew how to play. Like, the size didn't really matter. They knew how to play. And that's what put us into trouble. Because obviously you add in the fact that they have a size advantage, height and weight.
Yeah.
But they knew how to play. Like, they weren't just out there playing bully ball. Like, no, they were moving the ball. They were setting screens. They exploited mismatches. They were a better team.
Yeah. Overall, they were a better team, especially since I wasn't healthy and, you know, we didn't have our best offensive performance. So we ended up losing, man. But I just wanted to talk about, you know, how teams can go from being at the top, you know, winning championships to, you know, losing, right? And losing when you probably shouldn't lose, or performing at a level that you probably shouldn't be performing at. And I think the biggest thing that I saw is people lost sight of the bigger picture and lost sight of what really got you to that championship level. You know, and I want to talk about this because this can happen in any arena, right? It's not just in sports. But everybody has to be bought into their role, man. And there can't be jealousy. There can't be selfishness. You know, if you guys want to, if you want to get to that championship level, dog. And again, we're not going to get into like the who's and the whats, but
it showed.
It showed, man. It really showed. And your words can only do so much. That's another thing. People can talk a good talk, but when their actions show otherwise, like repeatedly, trust people's actions, man. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the weekend overall, man, and kind of, you know, some lessons that you got out of it. It, you know, could be on and off the court.
I mean, I thought it was a great weekend. You know, overall, it started off with the drive. I think we talked about this on Patreon, but like that could be a whole podcast episode.
Yeah.
You know, having Andrew there, and you know, and you hit me up about this, the podcast we listened to, Joe Rogan had Jason Wilson on. He's like a, I guess, martial arts instructor, but he a very spiritual man, but his whole purpose is to build up like young men through like martial arts, and the stuff he was saying about just life and him being a father, raising his kids, communicating that it's okay for men to show emotion, but also unleash the lion, right? And I think I told you this, like with that 39-point game, it's like, yo, I gotta unleash the lion here, because throughout my life I've been told sometimes, oh, he's not a killer, like all this stuff, which is BS. But that resonated with me, because it's like, yo, like, don't be afraid to be the best.
Yeah.
And I feel like we as people go through that sometimes, right? You don't, especially people that are more kind-hearted or whatever, and you don't want to come across as like dominant, right? But when he said that resonated with me, because it's like, yo, and I'm not bragging, but I know I'm the best on this team as far as like offensive and what I can do.
He's the best overall player on the team.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
In that game, I really the whole tournament, I had to show like, yeah, I'm the best, and it's okay to show that, because it's needed. It's almost selfish if you don't.
Exactly.
It's almost selfish
if you don't have that mentality. Again, especially because I couldn't help you the way I normally could help you.
Right.
Like, we would have struggled in every game.
Yeah, and I knew that based off the first game, and I guess I didn't play a bad first game, but the second game I had to know, or let our teammates know, like, look, y'all play through me. I'm still capable of leading the way. But it was up to me to make that decision to unleash my potential. And part of that was from that podcast, and I'm glad we were able to listen to it. And I think it resonated with you too, Andrew, and you as well, Marshall. So, it started off with the drive. That was great. The night out on Friday was fun, eventful. And then, look, my whole mindset going to the weekend was like, look, I'm having fun, dog. Like, look, I'm not getting paid for this joint. So I'm not about to have a freaking curfew. Like, nah, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna enjoy New York City. Yeah. And when it's time to rock, like, we're gonna rock. Because in college, I didn't have that freedom.
You gotta be.
You're literally
in the hotel by this time.
Yeah, and it sucks because I've been to some cool places, but I haven't been. Right, like I've been to San Diego, but I didn't get to explore. Been to Chicago. No, you're in the hotel the whole time. But now I'm an adult, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
And we paid. That's
Exactly.
another thing. Like,
exactly.
Like, we paid to go.
Exactly.
So it's like, if I'm putting money into this,
yeah, I'm
gonna get what I can get out of it.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, from a basketball standpoint, I wish we would have at least got to the championship, but I think we maxed out given our talent, our health. Because, there was good competition, man. The team that won it ball so hard. Yeah. Terrell Suggs, Hall of Famer, NFL player. Basically, it's like his team. Mike Bibby, former NBA player, was on that team, but he was playing in the Big Three. So that would have been cool to play against him. Yeah. But they had a team where there's like a bunch of pros that are still playing, guys are in shape. But it was fun, man. The best part about it, I think for us, was like being in that setting, like one as grown-ups, but like as brothers.
As brothers, yeah.
Like
man.
We're literally like in an AAU tournament. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to play with Brandon growing up.
Yeah.
Nah. I didn't get to play AAU with Marshall. So that was really cool.
We're missing Walt. Like we Walt has to coach next year.
Yeah, Walt has to coach, even though he did coach via mobile phone.
He called Austin.
He didn't call me. He called Andrew.
Yeah, true. So Walt, if you guys don't know Walt, like Walt,
coach at heart,
he's always been a coach at heart. And we had like 45 seconds of halftime, right? Andrew's like, yo,
I'm trying to rest up. Like,
yeah.
I'm freaking sore.
He gives Austin the phone, like, yo, Walt's on the phone.
Yeah.
Austin's like, what? He's like, yeah, Walt, like, he's on the phone. Walt gives Austin, like, 2 quick pointers or whatever.
Yeah.
And
pointers that
helped.
That helped, right? I wasn't making my threes the first half. Second half, I probably like 3 or 4. But yeah, it was just funny, man. But it just goes to show, like, how much we love to compete, you know, all of us. And I think you can tell as a family, because basketball has been in our lives since we were 6. And even our parents, right? And, you know, Walt and girlfriends, they like watching us play. You know, it's been a part of our lives for so long. The fact that we're still able to do that, you know, to a certain extent, it's pretty cool for them.
Yeah. It actually motivates me to stay in shape and stay sharp because now I have, you know, kid coming and, you know, Leah's son looks up to me. But like you said, man, like my dad, like when we stopped playing in the Y League, like he was like kind of sad. He's like, yeah, I love to watch you guys play. So, you know, we want to do it as long as we can together.
Yeah.
You know.
Shout out to Ultimate Hoops, man. I mean, their whole motto is never retire.
Yep.
Which it makes a lot of sense. It's like, dog, like y'all aren't old just because, you know, your college career or, you know, you might not be playing overseas for money or something. Like, you can still play at a high level. And yeah, they provide the platform to do it, and it's legit, right?
Yeah, man.
Like, that facility is ridiculous.
What
is ridiculous?
Yeah, I mean, rooftop pool, state-of-the-art equipment. You know, it was unreal, man. It was unreal, but you know, I honestly, I'm glad we lost in a way because we didn't like the championship game in the spring and the way we played. You know, in the tournament, especially like the playoff rounds, like we didn't freaking deserve to win, and we needed to be humbled. Certain people especially needed to be humbled and really look themselves in the mirror, like, is what I'm doing working? Am I doing what's best for the team? You know, and leadership, man, is something that is earned. It's not something that you label yourself. Yep. Like, you can't just label yourself a leader and act a certain way. Like, leadership is based on your actions, but also I read in this Mamba Mentality book, Kobe talking about Phil Jackson. It's your ability to be a visionary and help people get from point A to point B to the championship. So one of the things that you said, man, that like it stuck with me because I really needed to hear it in every area of my life. To be honest with you, you said, man, after playing and dealing with certain people, I don't have certain expectations. Like the thing that the reason why I get frustrated about, you know, with people is because I'm so like, I mean, I'm not comparing us to Jordan or like Kobe, but the way we think when it comes to especially basketball and in a lot of ways life is like we think at a certain level and we take certain things seriously. Like our coach Gino, he spent time doing scouting reports, putting together a game plan. In the first game, we did exactly the opposite of what he said. Like literally the exact opposite. And you know, my mentality is like, yo, this dude, we're wasting his time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful. You know, if you don't play hard, if you're on the bench and you're not cheering because you're mad, like that stuff really bothers me. Because I've been on the freaking bench, not playing. You can ask Nico. I didn't play one game his senior year and my junior year. Was I on the bench freaking pouting? No. Who was winning damn near every sprint? I was first or second. You know what I'm saying? Like I I wasn't on the bench. Oh man, I'm having a pity party. No, I realized my role was to be the best teammate on the bench that I can be. So like stuff like that really bothers me. But what he said was like
stuff like that goes a long way for the people who are playing.
Yes.
Like
everyone plays a part, man.
Yeah.
Everyone plays a part.
You and I think it was Hamid, was that his name?
Hamid, yeah.
We would probably give y'all a hard time, but like, bro, we loved y'all, like we needed y'all. Like it helps. It goes a long way.
Hamid and Wines got the worst of it.
And Wines, yeah, but it's like if we weren't joking with y'all, that means we don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like?
I mean, I took it personal, but I didn't take it personal.
Yeah, like
I took it personal, like I'm gonna come back, like, and I'm gonna bust all y'all.
Yeah, and it's like brotherly love, like it's not like it was no harm, like, it was just we needed that, like you need that, man. And if somebody is just on the end of the bench not doing anything, you're like, why are you even what are you even here for?
Right. What triggered you about that? The whole tournament was, certain people, what they were saying, what they were talking, they weren't walking. Yeah. And it bothers me too, but I know, like, I know certain individuals, and I know they're just not about that. So I'm literally like, it's just going one ear and out the other. Because it happened to me in college. Like, you may have been deemed a leader, but it's like children know, like, when you're BSing or not. And it's crazy how pure that is. But like, you can't be in leadership for sure. You can't BS. You can't, because we know, like, yo, you're not really acting and proving what you're saying.
Yeah, and you're not, like, everyone else is making sacrifices for the betterment of the team, except for a few people. Right, so including him, who's the best player on the team. Like, the first game, because we know how certain individuals can be, it's like, all right, we're gonna get them the ball so that they're not pouting the whole game. When really the ball is best in his hands or my hands, really.
And the crazy part is, dog,
it's not even just about scoring. Like, getting the best outcome.
It isn't, because
is best in our hands.
Because, I mean, even the however many points I had that second game, I still didn't shoot the ball a lot. I really didn't.
That's what
16 shots.
It was a quiet 39. That joint was crazy.
Well, he's always been that way.
16 shots, dog.
That's why people say
my career high in college, 31 off 13 shots. So like, you can't call me a gunner. Like Kobe had some nights where he might have shot 30 times.
You know why he said it? He said, I know these MFers didn't put in the work that I put in. So I don't trust them like I trust me. And that's a valid statement. It sounds like he's being a jerk.
You gotta be a jerk.
You gotta be a jerk.
But that's what you're and that's, I think, the mental change that we've had to make is, yo, like, we're all this people pleasing, like, I'm not doing that crap anymore.
Nah,
you gotta break a few eggs, make.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, you see this? I'm telling you, dog.
You gotta wait.
Hold on. You hear what I'm saying?
It is.
Come on, dog. So you said you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. Grusslenomics, man. Class in session. Come on, dog.
That's a tool.
The one I wanted to say was, you can't lead without example.
You can't.
Yeah, bro.
And you also can't lead. You also can't lead with feelings.
Man.
With straight business.
Man.
You can't.
No, that was a business trip. I didn't leave my pregnant girlfriend and do all these other things that I could have been doing that weekend to not piss you off or to worry about your little tantrums. Like, we came here to win.
Can't leave with feelings, though. I'm sorry.
And that's in life, man. Like,
because at the end of the day, it's like, yo, I know why I'm here. I know I'm trying to win the championship, right? Like, that's the ultimate goal. So you can't tell me when Kobe was getting on Pau Gasol, and when Jordan was cursing out Luke Longley or somebody, like, he didn't care. And we talked about this. Maybe it was selfish because it was only going to help his legacy out, but he knew, in order for me to maximize this person's potential, I got to talk to him a certain way, because by me coddling you and, saying, oh, nah, it's okay, clearly that's not working. So at some point, nah, dog, I don't care about your feelings, because you're wasting my time. You're wasting 8 other people's time. And and I had to learn that, in fatherhood, and I've been fortunate to be captains on pretty much every team that I played on.
Yep.
And sorry, man, like, because of what you're going through, or whatever the case is, I empathize with you, but don't bring that here on the court, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's the issues were bigger than basketball. Like, it's off the court stuff. It's a life thing.
Yeah,
that, like,
which we knew
that has to get figured out. But
overall, it was a great trip.
Yeah, it was a good trip, man.
Great trip.
But there are some lessons that, like, I wanted to talk about that will help some people. But like you said, man, we got to go back. We're gonna try to do it yearly, as long as we can, and make it like a family thing as well.
If they should do something. If they did something in LA, that'd be dope.
That would be fire. Yeah, that would be tough.
Cause I gotta play in the Drew League.
Yeah, we gotta get out there.
That's definitely like on the wish list.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Mick about it too. He was like, "Yeah, we gotta make that happen."
Yeah, I'm with it. Last thing, I wanted to say this and then read something from Tim Grover's book, Relentless. Tim Grover he was Michael Jordan's trainer, Kobe Bryant's trainer, Dwayne Wade, tons of professional athletes, right?
Russell Wilson now.
Russell Wilson. Like, he's known for his mindset, though. And it's crazy how sometimes winning can hurt people in the long run, and losing can help people in the long run. May sound crazy, but I'm letting you know, like,
depending on how you shape it,
how you deal with it.
Losing can be the most important to take you to the next level.
If you look at all the greats, they lost first.
Yeah.
They all lost first.
Jordan didn't make his varsity team, bro.
Well, even in the NBA, the guy didn't.
Out.
He didn't.
Which is one of the reasons I don't like that, because they project Jordan, which is good. The Last Dance showed that. I'm glad they did. Because people kill, and I'm not trying to make this LeBron. I feel like freaking Skip and Shannon always bringing up LeBron in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But they're quick to criticize LeBron with all the finals losses and all this stuff. And it's like, yo, Jordan didn't just come in the league and start three-peating out of nowhere.
He lost for 7 years.
He lost.
7 years, bro.
And he actually lost when he was in his prime to the Magic. That I can guarantee you a lot of people didn't. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
until I remember I was in England and got into the argument, with some teammates, and I found out like maybe a month or so before, and I remember and I told him, like, what are you talking about? I was like, yes, Jordan, like, when he came back, he lost the first year. Yeah. They didn't know that, and I didn't know that until a month before.
But did he start the season?
No. Nah, he came.
No.
He came
he
like
didn't start the season.
Yeah. He came.
But it's like they just got rid of those tapes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I didn't know it until the Orlando Magic 30 for 30 that came out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when they started talking about Horace Grant. That's when it came.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But wanted to read this, man. Tim Grover has this, I guess, classification of people that he came up with. Coolers, closers, and cleaners. So coolers are people that are good. Closers are great. Cleaners are unstoppable. So he considers people like Kobe and Jay to be cleaners. I'm just going to read this and then we can wrap it up. Coolers can have an amazing game. Closers can have an amazing season. Cleaners have amazing careers. Coolers worry about how the competition and how they measure up. Closers study the competition and plan their attack based on the opponent, cleaners make the competition study them. They don't care whom they're facing. They know they can handle anyone. Coolers avoid taking the winning shot. Closers take the shot if they know they have a good chance of making it. Cleaners just trust their gut and shoot. They don't have to think about it. Coolers won't offer to take on a role they're not comfortable with. Closers will take the role if you ask them, and they'll do it well if they have enough time to prepare and study the situation. Cleaners don't wait to be asked, they just do it. Coolers let others decide whether they're successful. They do the job and wait to see if you approve. Closers feel successful when they get the job done. Cleaners never feel as if they've achieved success because they always have more to do. Coolers don't want to carry the team, but they're the first to slap you on the back when you do a good job. Closers want the credit for getting the job done and love being congratulated for what they did. Cleaners rarely congratulate you for doing your job, they just expect you to do it. Coolers think they want the spotlight, but when they get it, they usually handle it badly. Closers stand in front because they need to show who's in charge. Cleaners don't have to show who's in charge, everyone already knows.
You better read the whole book, champ.
There's 3 more. Coolers will eat whatever you feed them. Closers will order what they want to be satisfied with a great meal. It doesn't matter what a cleaner eats, he'll still be hungry in an hour. So, 1, I recommend you read this book, but 2, listen to that and figure out where you're at. And there's no wrong answer, right? Like, everybody isn't meant to be a cleaner or a closer.
Is LeBron a cleaner?
Yeah, he is now. He wasn't until he won a championship.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
And he says that in the book.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
He wasn't.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
But, and you may not want to be a cleaner. That's okay. But for those who want to be at the top of their game, including us, like, let's listen to what this guy says, man. Read the book. It's not going to be easy. You're not going to make everybody happy. And you're not going to be understood. And that's something that when you clock in, when you put in the time to be great, that 10,000 hours, you're not going to be understood. You got to be okay with that.
Sacrifice, man. You can't.
That's major.
Yeah, you can't be. You can't give everyone everything, and be like, be a cleaner. That's just the truth, dog. I'm sorry.
You're not going to be great at everything.
Nah, it's impossible.
You're going to sacrifice something, and
it's impossible.
You just got to determine what are you willing to sacrifice.
What are you willing to sacrifice?
And you need to surround yourself with people who understand what you're doing, understand that sacrifice, won't make you feel guilty about it. They're going to support you. That's friends, family, relationships, your kids. Like, if you're in the pursuit of greatness, you need to have a sit down with people around you and let them know, like, this is what I'm going to have to do, and this is what I'm going to need from you. So real quick, want to wrap up. Even though we announced the Edwards and Harrison family as clocking MVPs in August, they were really the MVPs for July. I didn't tell you this, I probably should have, but we got a clocking MVP for August, man. We've known this guy for a minute. He's coached at Herndon basketball for a number of years. He's been with us in the clocking movement since day one. Honestly, he still clocks in, man, in a lot of different areas. So the August clocking MVP goes to no other than Coach Stokes. So you'll see Coach Stokes clocking in, whether he's mowing the lawn, working out, whatever. He really shows his life. Like, clocking in as a lifestyle. And like we said, man, it doesn't have to be anything spectacular, like, all clock-ins matter. And he's just a great guy, like.
Yeah, he's one of the nicest dudes.
Always positive, man.
Did he he didn't coach you, did he?
Nah, he wasn't on the bench. He was a JV coach when I was there. But he was on the varsity bench with you, right? When you played?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Real good dude. Real good dude. Summer apparel's out. Check out the YouTube, man. We got the dad hats on display. Clockingapparel.com. We're going to have some new stuff coming out actually as well. That
what we should do? We need to get Will to do another shoe, and we gotta like auction that off or something.
Yeah, that would be
Or
dope.
do like a
Raffle, yeah. That'd be fire.
Cause I got a lot of people like, yo, them joints are fire.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We gotta make that happen.
That is a great idea. Clocking website's coming soon. Hopefully in the next month or so. But appreciate y'all supporting, man, and dealing with our shenanigans. But as always, man, y'all know what it is, man. Clocking this week. Let's get it.
Y'all be good, man.
Clock in. Clock in.
Appreciate y'all, Russell, Casey, me.
Shout out to Aaliyah, man. I know she's hungry. And I know Ace is hungry too.
Here with my brothers again, I just want to say I'm glad, I'm happy, and I'm blessed. Amen.
Amen.
Here we are. Let's get
If you like this podcast, just say amen. You know? If you don't, then whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shake y'all off. Yeah, man, y'all be safe. Appreciate y'all.